All right, restarting that. Hello and welcome to a BWB Games stream. I had my microphone muted there, so I apologize for that. Hello. I hope that everyone is doing okay out there. If you're watching this later on YouTube, get ready for a Hearthstone stream. If you're in the audience, well, there's not that many of you right now, which is a bummer. Hopefully, more folks will be able to join us as we go. I'm going to tweet out that the stream is live. Um, People might not be super into watching me play Hearthstone. I get that. Um, that's totally okay. I think that, it is a go-to of mine. It is a guilty pleasure of mine. It is a game that I enjoyed playing. So, but I played it pretty recently, so I get that. Uh, I'm gonna have to think about it for next week because I want to do a game stream on Tuesday, and I'm gonna have my patrons, the $3, $5, and $10 patrons, vote on what they'd like me to play next Wednesday. So, or next Tuesday, I should say. Sorry, next Tuesday, because I'm working next Wednesday. So next Tuesday, I'm going to play some games, and so I'll have to think about what I'm going to play, and try to pick something that folks will be into. My voice hasn't fully come back from PAX. I did not lose it, but I did definitely certainly strained it. So I've been trying to be on vocal rest as much as possible, but it does not sound. We're not getting the bass we normally get. I'm certainly not a baritone, but I'm a little closer to baritone than I normally would be. So yeah, I'm going to throw the Bear Cave Lego the Scythe emote in the chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can throw that back at me if you'd like to. Yeah, I'm going to play some Hearthstone in a moment or two. Hopefully people will enjoy. I'm getting work-related stuff here. Okay. Hopefully everything is working out all right over at the theater that I sometimes work at. Last Geek Play says, I do not have those. No! Now, look, Last Geek Plays, you are under no obligation to have those emotes. Those emotes would be given to you by becoming a subscriber. The easiest way to get the Lego and the Bear Cave emote would be becoming a subscriber. You're under no obligation to do so. No one is ever. It's nice when people do that. It certainly allows me to continue doing streams. It helps quite a bit. But no one is ever under any obligation to ever subscribe either Twitch using their Twitch Prime because they link their Amazon Prime with their Twitch, or using Cash Money over on the game. So I'm just going to play some Hearthstone. You can hang out. You can ask questions about the deck we're playing. You can ask other things. We can talk about whatevs. I will be using a deck that doesn't really require my hero power too much, but I will be using it, which will be good. Probably as we continue on trying to get in there. Asmo just subscribed. That is a tier 1. That's 22 months. Wait, I don't have to subscribe? Well, first, use my soundboard there. Asmo, thank you so much for subscribing. You certainly don't have to, but I appreciate it, and thank you for doing it for almost 2 years. That's incredible. Thank you for your continued support, Asmo. I appreciate it so much. There. That's a little better. Okay, we'll do that. And there. Webcam. Great. Before I get into my first game with this deck, let's just talk about the new deck that I'm trying out. The YouTuber, I don't know if he streams that often, but I know he's a YouTuber. Chump tried out a deck like this, Galakrond Star Aligner for Warrior. He started doing it in Standard. This is the Wild version of it. Now, what does this deck do? Well, to be real, is it better than any other Galakrond deck or like the Rush Galakrond that we play? No. The Galakrond is a means to an end to do a thing that actually doesn't super help a lot, which is Star Aligner's Battlecry. Now, what is Star Aligner's Battlecry? Well, Star Aligner, if you control 3 minions with 7 health, one of which is Star Aligner, so you need 2 minions on the board with 7 health, and you play Star Aligner, you do 7 damage to all enemies. That's a huge swing, and also you then have some, theoretically, some beef on your team. Now, how do we get 7 health minions? Well, we make them. We use Galakron, which is, depending on how many times you invoke, you draw minions and you give them +4/+4. So we have 3 health minions that then become 7 health minions. So we have a Dire Mole, we have a Rover, we have Spirit of the Rhino, we have Warbot, and those are all 3 health minions. And then, so those are all cheap 3 health minions. And then, if we fully invoked Galakron, well, we end up with a 5 attack weapon, which would make it so that we could play 0 cost Dread Corsairs. Or a 0 cost Frenzied Fellwing if we then use that weapon. So there's a lot of things, and then they're just good cards. They're just good cards that work with Invoke. This looks like jank on the 1000th degree, and I love it. Yes, Asmo. Basically, this deck, the win condition for this deck is that you just end up with a bunch of beef and you do 7 damage to your opponent. And you've hopefully been hero powering, but also it's not the best use of Galakron. Oh, also you have Brawn, but that's not going to happen. Maybe you could do your Bran will be one of the cards you pulled, and on turn 10 or 10 mana, you can play that before you play Starliner, and you do even more damage. That's probably not going to happen. Town Crier is in there just to help draw some of your rush stuff. You don't have much rush, but you do have a little bit of rush, but also is a good way to thin your deck out a little bit. Spear of the Rhino is mostly there. It does help with the rush cards. Having Spirit of the Rhino and then playing Scion of Ruined is pretty cool. But really, it's there for the effect because it's cheap. Now, do you often pull cards that don't help you at all? Yes. I have pulled Starliner and made Starliner just a huge, big friend. And then Starliner is ruined because it doesn't even count as one of the 7 health. Have I won this deck without playing... Have I won with this deck without playing Starliner? Yes. All of my wins with this deck, which I think are like 5, all come without actually doing the combo. Just because Galakron can sometimes win games. Because it turns out Galakron, pretty powerful. Rush, pretty powerful. Now, buffed Rush minions, pretty powerful. Also, we're only at rank 15 here. We're trying to get into our way in rank 14. So, am I competing against really skilled players? Not necessarily. But, hey, mid-rank, I'll take it. Also, because we're playing Wild, we do benefit by playing Wild in so much as we hopefully are playing against some people that are playing weird decks, and maybe we can last longer than standard. Maybe. So, here's the number one weird thing we're about to do right now. Here's a 1-drop, but I only want Town Crier as my 1-drop because I want to pull this 1-drop via Galakron. So I don't want that. And this, I'm on the fence out. Basically, you want Galakron, you want Invoke cards, and you want Galakron. Well, we still got a Acolyte of Pain, and we have a Spirit of the Rhino. Now that we have a Spirit of the Rhino, we can play a Spirit of the Rhino because we can't draw it, so we might as well play it. And it is just it is a threat on the. It's not a threat because it can't do damage, but it may be something that my opponent feels the need to attack because I could be playing a rush card in the next couple turns. I'm gonna drink some water here. As I said, my voice still not 100% from PAX. I didn't lose it, but I definitely strained it. Okay. And there's a Wrath that we don't have to deal with here. One would hope that we could pull something that, or our opponent will do some damage to this Acolyte of Pain, let it draw. I would love to start getting more. We have turn 4 and turn 5 invoke cards, which is great. Having Brawn is great. I would love to pull. Honestly, I'd love to pull both Starliners because I would like to reduce the chance of pulling those later. Pulling the other Spirit of the Rhino is a bummer. I'm certainly not thrilled with that. And I think I'm just going to get 1 damage in instead of getting the 1 draw. Yeah, like I said, I'm certainly, I wish that I hadn't pulled the Spirit of the Rhino because my 1-cost cards for the combo are great. Like I said, I would love to get Starliners just in my hand so that I don't accidentally draw them. Because right now we'll be drawing more cards as we invoke. I would like to, be able to pull this combo off. All right. And goes face. Okay. Yeah, we're not a huge threat to our opponent right now. We're still going to invoke. This gives us some defense. We're going to do damage. And right now we can draw 2 minions, and we give them +4/+4. And yeah, the hope is that we get a star. At the very least, I would like to see 1 Starliner before I Galakrond. I'm not looking to Galakrond on 7 right now. I'm looking to get more of what we want to do with this deck. Okay, what do we got going on here? Okay. And, all right, using your coin. What's the 4 cost that you want to put down here? Scale Worm. Okay. Scale Worm. Great answer to that. We can now trade in. Again, this is a 1/3 that I wish, or 1 cost with 3 health. Wish we had not drawn right now. We don't have a rush minion to pair with Spirit of the Rhino, so we don't really need to play that. We're just going to play this and this and this, and we're going to draw 1. Now, should I have drawn first? Yes, because I would have played Town Crier and drawn. So I goofed there. Obviously, you want to play, you want to draw first. So that's on me. That's obvious in almost any deck. Okay, well, we have 1 less minion on the board for Spreading Plague to work on, so that's not bad. We did get Kronks. That means we will not draw Kronks with Galakrond, so that's good. Let's start with this. Okay. There's our Rush friends. Let's do this. We'll draw something that's... There's a Starliner. That's good. Let's do that. Warbot. Would have loved to have not seen Warbot there. Okay. Let's do that. We'll do that. And we'll just attack this anyway. So, right now, we are only drawing 2 cards off our Galakrond, which I would prefer to draw more. Okay. Oh, there's Scion. That's good. It's not what we want, but it's good. What do we have left in the deck here? 2. Okay, there's a Frenzied. All right, I don't love seeing that. And then there's the other Frenzied. So right now, in this deck, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 possible cards that will complete our combo. We would love to get more Galakrons. So we're just going to play some cards here. And of course, also we are going to need to have some room on our board. So we're hoping to get to see a board clear, which is always a weird thing to say. Uh, okay. Also, if our opponent doesn't have a board, doing 7 damage to all enemies doesn't really do anything. It's a weird deck. I don't know. Look, it's not a deck for winning games. I guess it's a deck for doing interesting things, which is a bad idea. There's the other Starliner. Great. So eventually we're just gonna have to Galakron because right now we've got 2 cards in our deck. We got 2 minions in our deck that this won't work well in. But we're only drawing 2, so actually I guess I would want to stick around since we drew the other Starliner. I guess we want to stick around with this for a bit. Man, but I don't know. Well, let's... I don't quite know what to play here. I could armor up and just risk it. All right, I'm going to risk the biscuit. I'm going to armor up first. So we're going to find out. And nope. And yes. All right. So now we have our other option. Which is a very bad one. Which is we're going to play Starliner and hope it lives. That's not good. Playing Starliner and hope it lives is really bad. Oh man, I wish it had been anything else because if it had been anything else, we could play it right now. Instead, we can't do that. Oh no, I want to do that. I guess if I do this. So here's what we're gonna try. We're doing this, hoping that our opponent focuses on other things that are not the 1 Starliner that I've got there. I don't think this is going to work. And then we have to go to the other plan, which is just invoking and making a big weapon and swinging that big weapon, or big attack from their hero. So, yeah, okay. Yeah, so our opponent did not let that live, which makes sense. Why would our opponent let that live? So we have no way to get Starliner live here. So let's still try to win by invoking a bunch. We can do 5 to everything. I kind of want to save that. Let's do this. And we'll do this. And we'll do this. And then we will swing, which makes both these free. Invoking does not reduce the cost of Dread Corsair, which would be cool if it did. It still looks at the 1 attack you have on your weapon. So it is 1 cheaper because of the weapon. We could invoke, or awaken, I should say, and then Galakron. We have that ability. Bees, huh? All right. What are you gonna do? So yeah, so we're gonna win with our alternate win condition, which is just that Galakron is pretty powerful. And we have another Sign of Ruin. We have another Ritual Chopper. Bees is a good card, Pat. You're not wrong, Asmo. Bees is a cool card. Sorry, Bees is not bad. All right, Town Crier, which would give us Scion. That's not bad. But I think I'm good. to this, to this, to this, and do this. And then we will deal 5 damage to all our minions. No, we still have Scion of Ruin. Yeah, we've got a few cards. Our opponent shouldn't have any way to bring that back, but a 6/6 on the board isn't bad. That ain't bad. Floop. Oh, it's Floop. Cool. Alright, well, I'm going to have to Scion that. Warbot. I didn't want to see... you know what? I didn't want to see Warbot there. We'll do that. And we'll just have a 7/7. We just got a 7/7. Look, we don't have a lot left. I can Ritual Chopper and Awaken and Hero Power. I don't think I can do 18 damage before I gone. Oh yeah, well more. Okay, so yeah, we're just gonna. Well, yeah, we're gonna concede. Yeah, we're just gonna. Cool. Oh, you found that there. Sorry, you didn't have that sooner. All right, so yeah, we took the gamble. I am learning that the more the more you can draw with Galakron, the better off. So I think invoking, rather than taking the it's a balance, right? Because that last one, well, one of the two we pulled was right, but we only pulled 2. If we had pulled 4, we would have definitely gotten it. So, again, we don't want anything that costs 3 or has 3 health. We want to save the 3 healths to draw them with Galakron. And we want invoke cards because we want to invoke our Galakron as fast as possible. We got a Galakron already, which is great because having Galakron means that we don't have to play Krunks, Dragonhoof. We can play Krunks later, which is awesome. We now have 2 3-health minions, which I don't love seeing. I'll play it on turn 1, obviously, but I'd rather draw a low cost. Actually, obviously, Acolyte of Pain, while it does help with the combo, I'd much rather draw... I mean, not rather, but of the other 3 health minions, that's the one I want. Well, don't do that. I don't have an answer for that. I'm gonna do that because I hope you can't heal it, and then I can invoke next turn, or weaken next turn. Drawing our Starliner. Rad. I don't expect our opponent to be able to heal that, which would be great. So then I can invoke. Don't love seeing that. That is one of our better cards. Obviously, that is one of the cards that works really well because if we've really invoked, then we can play for free, which obviously you want to be able to do. The one game where I really nailed it, like I've done okay with this deck. The one game I really nailed it, I played this on 7, and then on 8 played Starliner and 2 0-cost cards and destroyed my opponent's board, and that they were, I would assume, fairly surprised by that sudden turn. And then on turn 8, I played Nux Krunks and healed myself and did damage to their face as well. Well, we're going to rush here. We got nothing to rush into, but we now draw 2 cards with Galakron, so that's good. And then turn 5, we can play Acolyte of Pain and Hero Power. We can always play Dread Corsair if we pull our weapon. That thing, I would love to figure out how to get rid of. I don't have a good way to do that. So instead, we'll do the backup plan, which is, hey, let me draw some cards. How about you let me draw some cards then? If you're so intent on playing this deck, cool. I have so few spells. Lothep means very little to me. You have way more spells than I do, my friend. So do that. Okay. That's bad. That's what we like to call in the business a bad draw. We'll play this and this and that. Try to really maximize keeping our opponent from playing spells right now, because they can still do 8 face, with the hero power and what's on board, but if they want to use spells, they run the risk of giving me armor and letting me draw cards. Okay. Armor. Card. Okay, I'll take it. And card. Card. Cool. Again, that's a great draw. These are great draws. This is probably what we're going to be doing here. We're probably going to be awaken that. Okay. It's doing a lot of face damage to me. This is going to do 7 more. Cool, cool. Okay, going to do 5 more to me. That's not great. We would draw 2 cards with this. What would we draw? There are too many cards in my deck that would be bad for draw right now. So instead, we are going to increase our chances. We'll first awaken. And then we will... Obviously, we have no health. We lose 2. So many things. Our next turn, we'll be playing Galakron for that armor. Because, yeah, we have to play Galakron right now because we swung. But we can... Okay, that's bad. Good. Bad. Bad. It's 1 health away. If Rusher Scion, when you was it like a 3 health, you could just play it with that. Or Sign of Ruin. Alright, well, we're going to play a free taunt. We'll play that. Which at least has stealth. We'll swing. Let's just play this. Imagine a world where, like, Spirit of Rhino is a good card to just play. Okay. A Lunith. Alright. Can I get some draw in? So, yeah. So, we are not going to get our combo in. The only way we could possibly get our combo is to play a Starliner and then play a Starliner again. And we are now frozen, so we cannot swing. We have... This card will let us heal. I am inclined to play that. And I will. Which is we are going to heal ourselves for 5. Which gives us somewhat of an advantage here. Play that. We got because there's nothing for us to draw anyway, so we're just gonna make a big board. Yeah, so now we're just living on Galakron. We can We've got a big we got big rush friends. We've got a big taunt. We have options. Obviously, I would not have played this if I'd had another 7 health, because then I'm going to play them at the same time as Starliner. Um, but that was the only. I mean, we waited as long as we could to play Galakron. We had to play it there, and that's what you run into with this deck. It's not a good deck. It's a fun deck. Oh, okay, trading. Okay, gonna discover a dragon. Discovering after you. Okay. Okay. What do you got? Oh, you got a lot of spell damage now. Okay. Sweet. That was not to my face. I'll take that. Hey, what's up, Starliner? Okay, so now we got to make a board so we can make a board. Let's get rid of this. Get rid of that. And then we're just going to make some big friends. And then our big friends are fine and take no damage because you didn't take this out. And then we'll also make another big friend. And then we'll swing for 8. Did I just miss lethal? Was I supposed to play both Shields of Galakron, which would have invoked twice? It would have given me. Did I miss? Did I miss lethal? Or I'm miss lethal there? I'm pretty sure. Okay, well, that's on me. Fairly sure I miss lethal. That's okay. That happens. I think that I miss lethal in 2 different ways. Okay. I looked away, but I'm not sure you did. I think I did. I think I traded 2 cards in because they were taunts. I think I traded 2 cards in instead of, yeah. Well, I don't expect our opponent to be able to, yeah. So we win, which is fine. And we'll win the fun way. But yeah, no, I'm fairly sure, Asmo, that I missed lethal there. And luckily our opponent did not have it. Alright, so we won with that deck. And we finished off using our hero power, which means get gold. So tomorrow I'll probably get a quest. You got it then. Yeah, I mean, we won. We just didn't win well. Probably just... won a game. Whoops. What's going on with my... Huh. My keyboard is not responding. Could be the batteries. That's bad. I'll just retweet. Yeah. I'll have to check later what's going on with my keyboard. It was working. I was doing stuff with it before. Alright, so again, we don't want anything that costs 3, except maybe Alkali Pain, but still, even then, if we draw it, we're not feeling too bad. But we want Galakron and Galakron thing. And Starliner. Hey, a Starliner. Ooh, and 2 health minions. And we have a turn 1 play. We got our only turn 1 we want to play on turn 1. Great. Heck yeah. Let's draw a rush card. Great. We got a turn 3 and a turn 4 play. This is already looking good. But yeah, apparently, I am, I don't know if it's the batteries on this or what, but my little wireless keyboard here is not working, which is annoying. Alright, so we don't want to do anything. Let's do that. Okay. I don't think I've ever changed the batteries in this keyboard, this wireless keyboard, since I got it. So that's probably what it is. Probably just needs new batteries. And I believe I have some AAAs. So that's good. All right. Yeah, whatever. Let's do this thing, and then we'll take some damage in order to have some board presence. But where are our opponents at right now? They have done nothing to take their 6 turns. So we are under the clock a little bit because our opponent will have the ability to do some damage to us. Yeah, okay. We do have some options for next turn. We do have the other Maniac. We have a Ritual Chopper, which is good. But we'll probably... Ooh, that'll be great for turn 5. Now, did we love drawing this? Of course we did not love drawing it. But, it's okay. We also might just play Shield of Galakron the next turn anyway, depending on what our opponent puts down. Okay? That came off Mana Cyclone. You hate to see that. And that was just their Frostbolt. You don't hate to see that. You don't love to see Warbot, I should say. You don't love to see Warbot. You wish you weren't seeing Warbot. All right, we invoked again. We've gotten 3 evokes, which is great. Damage there. Drawing both of these is a bummer because it does reduce the amount of cards. We got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, 11's not bad. Okay. Yeah, you're bananas. Our opponent is getting very close to their combo, which you can imagine is a bummer. But we do have this cool move. This move is cool. Get an extra 3/2 on the board. We got a big board. Our opponent's going to have to do something about this big board, allowing us to stall for time to find Galakron. Perhaps. Flame Strike, yes. Or... so I guess we'll just... do that. I mean, I'd rather our opponent have to fight this board again than just let it go. And now we've fully invoked Galakron, which is awesome. So we will play it as soon as we can. The hope being that we pull a Starliner, soon too. But it looks like our opponent is going to be able to complete their quest. We expected them to be able to complete their quest. We weren't surprised by that. I don't love seeing a secret. All right, well, we'll probably play that. We can invoke Galakron twice. First things first. Okay, so it's not that. Give our opponent something they feel like they have to attack. We've definitely invoked Galakron. So definitely, obviously, a spell. This is most likely something to do with spells. I mean, it also could just be Ice Block. We could just be dealing with Ice Block, but my assumption would be Counter Spell. We'll find out soon. Now our opponent is decreasing their cards, which I'll say this: if this is not Ice Block, we just won a game again without doing our the thing this deck is built to do. So I'm assuming this is Ice Block, but let's find out. I guess. That's. Yeah, it's Ice Block. Yeah. Yeah, we figured it was Ice Block, right? Like, we weren't here going, I wonder if this is Ice Block. Guess we'll just play this since we've got it, and then kill that. Now, does our opponent have every element of their combo to pull this off? Is having 2 taunts in the way enough to keep us alive? I don't have an answer for you. Crag certainly doesn't help. Polymorph also does not help. But doesn't look like our opponent is going to go in, so... Well, really, 2 polymorphs. Well, okay. Well, alright. Okay. Well, fine. Okay, then we just win. Alright, great. Cool. Again, another win without playing... and we're now in 14. Yet again, not playing our combo. Not playing one more game of this. We're doing it once more. We're trying to do this thing. If we can't, we're going to jump to other decks. Because I do have other decks that I like to play, and we'll come back to it. Oh, cold water. That's good. Recommend it, y'all. All right, we got a Star Liner. We got We got both Star Liners. Yeah, let's keep it. Let's keep it. Having Star Liners in my hand means that 1, we can always do it when it's ready to go, and 2, we are not drawing it off of the Galakron. Drawing our Dire Maul isn't fun, but also we're playing a beast against against a hunter, and that's weird. That's a confusing thing. Why are we playing a 1/3? Maybe they'll be confused. We'll play this one. Okay. All right. Yeah, my assumption, is that that's a, okay. Yeah, this is a secret hunter deck. So, secret hunter deck, in my opinion, this is just my opinion. Secret hunter deck, you just do what you can because you can't do everything you want to do. So you're just like, the philosophy in my opinion, for when playing a deck like this is you just like, your best bet is to just like play around what you can play around and be okay with it not working all the time, right? So like, we're gonna coin. Pressure plate may take something off the board if we coin. But it also could be rat trap. Well, we're gonna play 3 cards when we want to play 3 cards. So I'm only so worried about stuff like that. Do that first. Okay. And we'll do that. I'll take 1 on there. Sounds good to me. We've invoked twice, which is good. We're on our way to invoke more because we have various means to do that. Of course, another trap, but secret. But we're also expecting secrets. You hate to see this. You just hate to see it. But what we can do is, and that was pressure play. And it was also Rat Trap. So, obviously, I was expecting it to be Pressure Plate. I am disappointed that it's Rat Trap, certainly, because we were about to take 6 to the face, most likely. Most likely our opponent, isn't going to... and we right now have no good way to do 6 damage to that. So yeah. It's not looking great. It may have behooved us to it may have behooved us to not keep both Starliners. Okay, that could be anything, so that's fun. I would love to, I don't know, I think I'd love to pull Galakrond right now. Okay, order what... Our opponent definitely was not sure about what they wanted to do there, I guess. Warbot, you hate to see it. And concede, because we're not going to win this. Because that's not even a thing that will help us. Like, if it had been Dragon Hoof, maybe. But, alright, so let's try one of the other decks that we have in here. I have 5 wild decks that I like playing. I right now have 3 decks I like playing in Standard. One of the decks I like playing in Standard is Mech Pally, which is gross and is generally not the kind of game, not the kind of, it's not my thing. Because it just wins or immediately loses. There's no weirdness and there's no strangeness involved in it. So we won't do that. Instead, we will play Evolve. Now, here's the thing. Sometimes this deck, Evolve Galakrond, just doesn't do great. I will say it's my favorite Galakrond deck because having the Rush minion is rad. And I think, do I want to keep Devolve for... No, because this is probably Big Druid, or Ramp Druid, or Big and Druid, so I want Devolve later. But I'll keep Evolve because we can live the dream. We didn't live the dream. The dream being that on turn 4 we play Desert Hare Evolve. But we can play Firefly into Explosive Illusion. Here's the thing about Evolve. Sometimes Evolve, you evolve it into... There are bad cards. Like, there are several cards that are 1/1s with very good battle cries, and that's to balance it out. So a lot of times, sometimes you're evolving into 1/1, or you're evolving to poor health minions, or like 8/2 with stealth against someone that has area effect cards. Like, yes, you can overwhelm people, but you can also evolve into bad things, and I genuinely enjoy that very much. All right, so turn 2, if we find ourselves with Desert Hare, we might hang on. We might just Explosive Evolution because it's new and I like it. And a 4 cost is great. Also, if our opponent isn't going to do anything... Also, yeah, this is also the very best Galakrond card in my opinion. Because it's a 6 cost 3/3. Oh, that sounds bad. But we're going to evolve that. So, like, it's not bad. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, check it out. We got Light Spawn. You gotta do some damage to Light Spawn, or it's gonna do damage to you. Also, we can evolve it 3 times if we wanted to. But yeah, this card just begs to let you Galakrond twice, let you rush minions, and then evolve it. This is a great turn 7 card. Because you can also evolve your, the invoke cards you got. You don't have to be kid. Hey, do you think my opponent smokes weed? Hydro Buds 007? Do you think maybe my opponent smokes weed? I'm going to guess that possibly my opponent smokes weed. That's my guess, is that my opponent enjoys marijuana. Bees! Got attacked by bees. Still. Now, do we have any way of healing? No. But we can just evolve this 4-cost minion. The possibility that a 2-cost... Look, do we run a risk of this 2-cost being a problem? Yes. Are we still going to do it? Of course we are. There's only one really bad 2-cost. You know what it is. But in Wild, there are a lot more 2-costs than in Standard. Not bad overall. Obviously, it had been a 5-5, but we were never going to heal it. This thing is just weird, which is good for us. Our opponent has way more cards than us. I would love to see a better... This is not a great 4 drop, but whatever. And then we don't have any Murlocs, so Scargill isn't great. And as far as 2 drops go, it's a pretty good 2 drop. 3-2. Would like something with a little more health, but it's okay. Well, I guess I won't be drawing any cards. Bully for you. There's the other desert hare. I guess we're just gonna spend some evolves here. We'll start with this. I don't like that. I hate that. Ice Cream Peddler. Never actually used that card before. We'll keep it. That. I don't hate that. That, and then save. No, I don't. That doesn't do anything. There we go. That's fun. You summon a Death Rattle minion from your hand. Do we have any Death Rattles? No, but it's a 6/5. Great. I genuinely love Evolve as a mechanic. Like I said, this is a card I don't think I've ever actually played. I don't think I've ever played Ice Cream Peddler. I may have never crafted it or gotten it out of a pack. If you control a frozen minion, you get 8 armor. Why would you control a frozen minion? Why would you play a 4-cost 3/5 that does that when, if you're not frozen, it's just a 4-cost 3/5? But in Arena, you might pick it up because maybe it's an okay Arena card. I don't know. I don't play Arena. Sometimes I like to think about that stuff, but what is our opponent going to do now, folks? They're just going to time out? Am I going to win via timeout? It looks like I'm going to win via timeout. Just going to let that rope burn, huh? Just going to let that rope burn. Did we win on turn 5? Yes. Are we proud of ourselves? I mean, yeah. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes you get duds. Or you don't draw any of them. We only invoked once in this game. So sometimes it is unfair. Maybe our opponent didn't get to do anything cool that they wanted to do. You know? I could feel it. But it's satisfying. When it works really well. When it doesn't work very quickly. Turn my mic down just a hair. So I've been streaming for about an hour. We're going to go for another half an hour, maybe another hour. I don't know. Not a lot of y'all watching this live, which is okay. As I said, I do this more often than any other game, so I can understand. It's a Wednesday night. People got stuff. Maybe people were staying home last night to feel bad about the internet, and they, we don't, look, is Corridor Creeper incredible? Because you can play Corridor Creeper with Unstable evolution, not absolute, explosive evolution, and get a 10 drop? Yes. Do we need two of them in our hand to start? No. We also don't need mutate. I'll say this deck is certainly obviously imbalanced. Mutate does help some mitigate like that, like evolve that doesn't go quite as well as you wish it would. Um, it does let you kind of make up for it. So having these two together is pretty great. We're not going to freeze right now. The nice thing about having Death Rattle is our opponent playing some Death Rattles. Now, while we certainly can probably beat Amara, yeah, Amara once, if our opponent plays Amara along with something to duplicate it, that's going to be harder to do. But for this combo, we would definitely we would like to have things on the board. We like our opponent to get rid of things that are on the board. I will probably coin Devoted because it's a good, and because yeah, we'll put some friends on the board. This is this is the Death Rattle one. I'd like to get some friends on the board here. Now, do I like playing rush cards when I'm not rushing? No, of course not. But I would like my opponent to have targets they need to remove to decrease the cost of Corridor Creeper. So the Corridor Creeper could do some more damage. We have invoked twice. It's good for Dragon's Pact. Hey, our opponent just isn't going to play cards, huh? Just not going to play cards for me to react to? What am I going to make this 4 cost a 7 cost? I mean, I might. I guess I will. Better use of mana than anything else I got going here. Just make this a 7 drop. Hey, it's Dr. Boom. Hi, Dr. Boom. You know, that's a 7 cost 7/7. That's not bad. I'll take that. I'll take a Mr. Boom. Or Dr. Boom. Sorry. I'm sorry. Dr. Boom didn't go to medical school for me to call him Mr. So, the old Dr. Boom there. Now I'm going to Mass Hysteria. Okay, well, that doesn't really do much. Okay. Because I'll just do this. Now, I bet you wish you'd Hysteria that. Or played any of your Death Rattle cards. Going into your turn 6 with 0 Death Rattles played. Okay. Okay. It's 10 drop time. Is this a great idea? No. Is it a good idea? No. Does it have 6 health instead of 2 health? Yeah. We could also make it an 11 drop and make it an 8/8. So we'll just do that. Now it's an 8/8. That's pretty cool. Then we'll make this a 3/2. Heck yeah. We're just trying to use our mana. Look, did I want it to be a 10/10 that draws a minion from your deck? Of course I did. Was I a little bit worried about Mass Hysteria? A little bit. Worked out okay for me. I'm still doing pretty good. I still have Devolve to get through whatever you want to fucking throw at me here. I'm still going to do this. Okay. Great. Our opponent, am I wrong in this? I'm fairly sure our opponent didn't play a single Death Rattle. That, to me, says that our opponent doesn't have enough Death Rattles in that deck. Oh. Weird. Somebody wants me for a thing, but it's not a paid gig, so they don't get an email reply while I'm doing this. It'll be a good thing. It's people I like working with, but it's not for money, so I don't interrupt my stream for no pay. If it's a paid gig, then I will take a breather and I will figure out what's going on. But that is just the thing that people asked me to do a while ago, and I said sure. That's there. Sometimes people have said this deck is just like, oh, you don't have to think about it. And sometimes you're right. Like now what am I looking for? I'm looking for some things to die so this costs less. I'm looking for uh, evolve for desert hair because that's the best. It's just the best. I'm looking to evoke a little bit here and there. They can play Galcrond, get a bunch of big minions with rush, create some minions with rush, not drawing them, creating them, summoning them out of nowhere. I got a devolve for when these mechs get troublesome. That's fun. I could. I'm just going to do this because I would like to start discounting my corridor creeper. Because also, if this gets cheap enough, then I can just unstable evolution a corridor creeper a couple times. Like, it doesn't have to cost much to get it from a 7 cost, or 7 drop to larger. Great. Then we got a Galacron. That's fun. Bum, bum, bum. We don't do that. We don't do it. We don't really want to do anything, so we're just going to go face. Our opponent so far has not played mechs that I am worried about, so I'm not going to worry about them. I mean, being able to play a Corridor Creeper alongside Desert Hare and then evolve all of them sounds pretty great. But if I'm just going to evolve this, because next turn I can also Faceless Corrupt this, which I'm not opposed to doing. Okay, well now you got stuff on the board, huh? Alright. Look at you. Do I want to devolve these into 1/1s? I think I do. I definitely think that I want to do this. Well, you hate to see that. Well, not really. You love seeing that. Now you're just going to lose a mana crystal when this dies. That's pretty cool for me. Alright, so let's do this. Let's do that. Let's just do that. Then we're going to do this. That's an 8-drop that does... we could get armor soon, but I'd rather... Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Look at this stupid... Look at that nonsense turn. Try not to use that word. Look at that nonsense turn where we just devolved all of their things, and then now we have a 6/10. Oh, cool. You have a 3/2. Rad. You got a 2/2. Cool. Rad. Rad, rad, rad. I got a 6/10. I want to make one of these. I want to make this a 4/4. So let's see. We'll go face with that. Do that. I was tempted to Galacrond there, but I think this is better because we can do this and we can do that. You still got mechs on the board, but you also have one less mana, which is, I know, rude, But every once in a while, I get that thing that like Battle Cry does 5, Death Rattle does 5 to you. I get that now and again. So also we have Devolve. So like, yes, please, 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 please put your other big mechs in play. Let me play my other Devolve. Please, please, please combine all these cards together. Let's get some magnetization going. I've got 21 on the board. Okay, well, I have less than that on the board now. Because you did have that, which, you know, I don't love seeing, but okay. What do we got here? That's not great. We want to definitely... we definitely do not want to play that yet. We got Evolve. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Here's the thing. Playing these two cards is great. Get a cool board. Leaves this alive. This means that this does not stay alive. And also, I invoke, which is what I want to be doing. So now, one more, and I can summon 2 4/4s. Way better. I still have Evolve and Desert Hair. I still have Devolve. Okay. All right. Now my opponent has a hero power that is better than my Galakron hero power. By far. We don't even have enough to Dragon's Pact. So, when in doubt, you do t'other thing. Here we go. Okay. All right. That's not a great 4. Drop. That's a great 6 drop. That's an okay 4 drop, honestly. You know, get another taunt. Gave up a taunt to get another taunt. All right, and that's a fun comp. That's a fun combo our opponent's doing right now, where our opponent can do 5 damage to anything on our board, including our face, only one of which our card survives. Well, you didn't love to see that. Oh, hi, Desert Hair. So what we got going on here? I don't want to do that. I don't want to devolve this. Because now our opponent's going to be making some weirdo things. I guess I'll just... Yeah. Alright, we'll do this. And we'll do that. I would have loved to invoke something here. But I'll take it. Still a very good board. And we can get through a taunt with Devolve, most likely, which is great. Our opponent shouldn't have any other healing. Okay, yeah, just gonna... Oh, well, of course, Ziliax. Our opponent could certainly have Ziliax here. And now can play a 4-cost Ziliax. Nope, a Noitron. Okay, we can get through that, no problem. Yeah. Great. And then you're going to build a thing last. You might want to... Maybe our opponent would have wanted to do that instead of Enhance-O-Mano. Maybe. Not saying they definitely should have, but I am thinking they should have. Alright, let's try to win cool. Well, that was worse. We still won. And we got a bonus. Hey! Alright, can we hit rank 13? We'll see. We're going to keep with Evolve. We're going to keep doing this Evolve thing. Okay. And, okay. Having a 1-drop rules, since we have only one real 1-drop minion. And, this is a great card to start off with. We'll keep this too. Getting some evokes goes in there. Sounds good. We got Devolve in there. That sounds good too. Again, if we see Evolve or Desert Air, we keep those to quote unquote live the dream. Unstable Evolution, we kind of want to wait, right? Because it's repeatable. Obviously, we would love to turn this one drop someday, turn a one drop into one of the two cards out there that reduces the cost of your spells by one, thus making Unstable Evolution free. We would love to see that. It's hard to see that in Wild. It's just not a practical thing, but it does kick ass. Well, since opponent, we don't know what kind of look. Are we going to eventually concede because this is Big Priest or not Big Priest? This is Res Priest, and we're going to concede because we didn't evolve fast enough and Galakron hard enough, and we just ran out of ways to just get rid of their board for them to bring it back even stronger? Of course we are. This is most likely a deck that I cannot beat. But we are going to go through the motions of it because it's possible that this is not that deck. This is a weird deck that we don't know what this deck is yet. It could be Control Priest. It could be Dragon Priest, and they just didn't have any dragons yet. I mean, it's Res Priest, but that's okay. And they don't. Oh, Res Priest doesn't always have Spirit Lash. Okay, so we're hoping we get an Evolve, and not both of our Unstable Evolutions. Again, nothing to rush into, but build a board. And we got to get some evokes going, so because we can evoke next turn as well. Are we going to run into... Also, I would love to see my opponent Hysteria this board, rather than a board with some big friends. Spirit Lash, don't love seeing that. That's less interesting to me. But, ooh, there's Evolve. That's a 4-drop. Here's some 3s. And how about that? And damn it, it happened. Well, clip it if you're I didn't have to play that. I didn't have to hero power. It happened. Well, it had to happen. I said it was... I didn't have to get greedy. I used my coin just to get another minion on the board. I didn't have to do that. I could have just evolved the board I had there, which is a pretty good evolve board, and gotten a 5-drop and some 4-drop, and that would have been fine. I really goofed that one. Let's see. Let's do this. Like that. Is that charge? Heck yeah. Take another one. Oh, like this too. After you play a battle cry minion, you deal 2 damage to a random minion. I don't mind that. Get a little healing going. I got some battle cries. I got this battle cry right there. Got a couple battle cries. We'll see. We'll turn this around. We did more damage to ourselves than our opponents done to us. With that, very poor play on our part before, but we can turn this around. If you got any questions or anything, I don't expect you to, but I think about Hearthstone, I think you've been playing there. Another Mass Hysteria. We should... We end up with 1 minion. Okay, I'll take 1 minion. And we lose it. But also, that's a Holy Smite off the table. And, I guess we are playing... This is control... I mean, this feels like control. Yeah. This definitely feels like we are facing a control priest. Because we drew the second one, we're just going to do that. Most likely, I'm going to be corridor creeping and unstable evolution. Unstable evolution with the corridor creeper. There's cloning gallery. Okay, what do you got going on here? Oh, you got a bunch of stuff now. Okay. Ah, it's Malagos. Okay, that's what it was. It wasn't control, it was Malagos. That makes sense. So here's the thing. These die, right? They all go in the res pool. I devolve them. They're not 1/1s anymore. I think I devolved them. But I don't know if that's the right play because then I have a big board that I can't deal with, really. But it's still better. So one of the things, we're definitely going to do this. We're going to do this. We're going to take this one out. Put an 8/8 in there. Makes my life a little easier. Oh, you got yourself that. I'm also not worried about their res pool having that. This is bad. This is probably not the way to go. We're doing it anyway. We're just going to mess up their... Yeah, we're just going to really goof it up. We'll do this too. I still don't know if that was the right play, but that's the play I made. You know, I hate to see Gruul. I don't like seeing Gruul anytime. Gruul is annoying. But I do like the idea that our opponent just had a bunch of weird cards there. And we're going to lose, and that's okay. That's all right. That's okay. Yeah, maybe that wasn't the best choice. Maybe it being a bunch of 1/1s was the better choice there. It's probably true since I didn't have a board clear, but whatever. You live and learn. Did we expect to lose that game? Of course we did. We definitely expected to lose. Now, we lost to a different deck than I thought we were going to lose to. But we still lost. Harold is now hosting the stream. Thanks so much, Harold. Welcome, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Happy to have you here, my friend. Thank you for hosting. Give me the old applause. All right. We do not need devolves. We do not need unstable evolution. Let's see what we can get out of here. Evolve, great. Galakron, shield, good. Harold, subscribing tier 1. That's 28 months, currently on a 26-month streak. Sub time. Well, that's time for another applause. And we will. Thank you very much, Harold, for that. Oh, we gotta greet them. Then, hey, if you're a subscriber, hey, throw some emotes in there. Chat, I know you're quiet. That's okay. But thank you very much, Harold, for subscribing there. 28 months. Thank you so much for your continued support, my friend. It means a lot. All right, so let's get some evokes going because we got it. We can evolve some stuff, which is cool. The dream is that we pull a Desert Hare next turn so we can Desert Hare coin evolve. That is the dream. But we don't need that. But we would like to, since we do have Dragon's Pack and Galakron, it would be nice to get 2 invokes in. Okay. So nothing there. They didn't do anything. Let's make a 5-drop. Time to make a 5-drop, because we also can mutate it if it's bad. Hey, that's not bad. That's pretty rad. That's pretty dang rad. I'm not at all unhappy with a Ziliax. Because again, we do have the way out there where if that had been a poor choice for a 5-drop, we could have tried to make a 6-drop. Okay, well, we got Void Caller. So Void Caller is the case for what if you had a... oh, Solf, welcome, Solf. Happy to have you here. Welcome, welcome. What if you had Devolve, and you could just evolve this into a 3-drop? But instead, what we're going to do is nothing. We're going to do this. We're just going to go face. We're going to hope that our opponent does not have anything to pull, because Void Caller puts a random demon from your hand to the battlefield. So we're hoping that our opponent, even though they have so many cards, what are you going to pull? Okay, that's not bad. You summon a copy of the Rush. That's not the worst. What do you got? Is that that? Oh, that wasn't a minion. I'm sorry. Oh, there you go. Oh, now we're going to have minions with Rush. The only thing that is to our advantage is the fact that this takes forever. So obviously you don't like to see these two cards here. But our opponent just seems to have a lot of spells. So they only drew 2 things, which I will take, which means they can't actually do too much damage. Now, they are going to get a bunch of 1/3s, which, again, not great. So, still, they did pretty good. So let's do this. We'll do this. We'll do this. Then we can do this. It's pretty cool. It doesn't remove this thing, but then we'll do this. That's not great. That's not bad. We would have wanted Dragon's Pact instead. But we did have to get through all that, and we do have to get rid of this thing eventually. We're just not doing it right now. Yeah, we might have wanted a Dragon's Pact. Nice thing is, this thing, if it pops, which it will, it won't there. We can evolve all 3 of them, I guess. But I'd obviously rather have a 6-drop. Plot twisting again. You're going to plot twist now. Okay. Well, that sucks, and that sucks. So that's your goal, is death rattles. You just have a lot of death rattles. Okay. And then you're going to not do anything so that you definitely steal that. And then you get a bunch of 1/3s. I am now starting to understand our opponent's deck, and it is very cool for them. So we can get 2 4/4s. I don't really want that. I'd much rather just do this and then a 1/2. Kind of the best we can do here. Wow, no, that's bad. I don't particularly think our opponent's deck is that great, but it definitely is beating us. So it can't be that bad. I might have wanted to keep a devolve, because if we had devolved the 3/4 instead of letting it become the 5/7, this would be a very different game right now. So that is on me, not keeping devolve. I definitely goofed that up. Let's see what happens. You know, we can always rush into some things, clear some things out, and then evolve. After that, we can invoke twice, clear 2 things off, and then evolve this. I think I would rather do this into this, do that, and then I don't hate that. I mean, do I like? Is this a great 6-drop? No. Is this a great 6-drop? No. I mean, this is just adding 2 more health to what we had, and this is not just on board could be cleared, so not great. Not my best evolves, but could be worse. We could have gotten a corrupt elemental. I'm just getting a 3/3. You also have to remember that. Okay, Darkest Hour. All right. Well, you've drawn a bunch, of course. Oh boy. Yo boy. Now we got a kill a 7-drop. I was gonna say, I don't think our opponent has much left in their deck, but apparently they had that. And of course, Desert Air after we've evolved. That's okay. Yo boy. So that's 4, 6, 8. So we'll just do that. Do that. Do that. Do that. And that's what you pulled. Great. Great, 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 great. Great, 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 great. That's worse than a 5/5. To say that I've done a couple misplays in this would be generous, because I have only said a couple. But we might be able to turn this around. I don't know how we're going to turn this around. We might be able to. Do 7. Yeah, we can't. We can't beat that. We're not going to beat that. Yeah. All right. Let's see. Want to play another weird deck we've got? We got some other weird decks. We got Renounced Darkness. That doesn't do anything. Hey, let's play a Cthulhu deck. Let's play a Cthulhu deck. It's 2020. Why don't we play a Cthulhu deck? Now, this deck does... I have one without playing Cthulhu in this deck, because there is another thing, which is we only have 2 spells in our deck. They are 2 10-cost spells. So when we play Spiteful Summoner, we are summoning a 10-cost minion, and that can totally throw off a game and make it nonsense. Also, I have played turn 6 Coin Spiteful Summoner, turn 7 Floop, which plays Spiteful Summoner, and that is rad. Those are our alternate win conditions. Our main win condition is play a bunch of things, make our Cthulhu real big, win. You may notice, Pat, you got Prince Kelliset there, which adds a 1/1 to everything. But you also have the Druid of the Scythe, which is either a 2/4 or a 4/2 with Rush. 2/4 with, I should say, with Taunt. But that doesn't work with that. And Floop doesn't work with that. And you're right. Well, and our opponent pulled out a 5/7. Did we get that plus there to Cthulhu? No. Would we have rather played that on turn 6? I guess. But I can fucking clear that off now and do 2 damage to your face. And I still got a 5/5 on the board on turn 3. So, I don't know. Because on turn 4, we're just going to play this and get the ball rolling. So, I think our opponent probably should have waited a while before playing that. Okay, we got Spiteful Summoner. That's good. There's Cthulhu. Great. So, we are not going to overdraw Cthulhu. We can also, as long as our opponent doesn't polymorph Cthulhu, because this is a deck that could, I guess, theoretically polymorph us, we can now build our Cthulhu up, which is great. We do run into the thing of, if our opponent is trying to mill us, we could get Ultimate Infestations before we want to play Spiteful in 2 turns, although we can cheese that a little bit. Okay, execute. Great. Cool. Enjoy. Enjoy your execute. I'm just instead gonna gain a mana crystal, which means the next turn we can play Spiteful Summoner, and we'll do that. Make you use your hero power for 2 of your 5 mana if you want to heal for 5. Sounds great. I'm going to Spiteful Summoner next turn. As of right now, there is a 100% chance. Yes. Yeah, that's Druid of the Scythe. Doesn't work great with Prince, but also Prince doesn't come down all the time. All right. Okay. Did I wish I had Floop in my hand? Yeah. But whatever. This is really just for fun. That's not a great 10 drop. I mean, that's a pretty fun card. That's not a great summon 10 drop. We summoned better stats because of their Dirty Rat. So, obviously, it's not a. That's why we call it an alternate. Okay, you get a 5/5. Cool. You're just playing mind control tech, huh? Probably runs into too much big druid. Okay. Well, let's do this. Test for a bunch of things there. Can do this. That was okay. And then okay. Possibly could have handled that better. I'm sure I could have. But whatever. I still have a board. And hey, guess what? Cthulhu is not looking excellent. So next turn, I guess I'll probably play Mire Keeper and just get a little more board presence. Oh. Okay, so that has to die, and I have no way of doing that right now. Okay, that's Cthulhu's Chosen. So that's not great. But as I said, I do not have a way to get rid of it. My methods of getting rid of it would have been not Zilliax, but a Zilliax, yeah, combos with things, or the other Druid of the Scythe, or Ultimate Infestation. No, it wouldn't help this turn. So instead, we'll just build a board, and then we'll continue to have Cthulhu. Our Cthulhu does now 10 damage. And as long as it doesn't get polymorphed, if it just gets cleared, it can... Pocket Galaxy, I'm kind of not scared of that. Kind of not scared of Pocket Galaxy. Hey, here's the other thing. So, here's the thing about Floop. Floop's not going to help us with Cthulhu, because it's just going to make it a 3/4. But Floop does give us a third Doom Caller. And that is rad. It also gives us a second Cthulhu if they polymorph this Cthulhu. I could play Cthulhu again. But also I win. Because it's enough to win. I'm just telling you about having Floop with Cthulhu and how, like, it doesn't help you to be like, if you made a 30-30 Cthulhu, that's not going to help you. But it does give you another Cthulhu if they have polymorphed your goddamn Cthulhu. Or hexed your Cthulhu. We'll do one more. This is probably the most normal. The weirdest part of this deck is the fact that I'm playing it in 2020. That the newest card in this deck is Scythe, Druid of the Scythe. But I haven't found any cards that fit well in this deck that are recent cards. So, if I haven't, I'm not gonna. And we'll keep that. All right, Twilight Elder, my fave. You know, I sometimes wonder if Prince Keleseth is worth it when there's the 2/3 cost that buffs Cthulhu, but um, when you get that Keleseth and you can play it on turn 2 or coin on turn 1, it's fun. It does a lot of good stuff to your deck. You get to do a lot of cool stuff with it. So we'll just do that. Build a little board. We've got Elder, which is good. We've got Cybo, which is good. Piloted Shredder is another card that, like, you never get Piloted Shredder and Ziliax, which is kind of what you want there, but, you know. I could look into better 4-drops. There might be a better 4-drop than Piloted Shredder since you never really get to magnetize with Ziliax, but... I should... Okay. So it is not... there's... You know, there's a chance I'm about to take 2 face damage here. Great, it's not that. Cool. If it's Counterspell, or Mana Bind, or Spellbinder, it's going to be a Rude Awakening for our opponent, because I'm most likely not playing any of our spells. Also, yes, I should say, Ultimate Infestation, I pulled both of them, which does indeed make my Spiteful Summoner a dead card, because I have no spells in my deck right now. Okay. I'm gonna guess that's... Ice Block's it's a really early turn. It's like a really early card to play, but it could be Ice Block. I think it's Counterspell. We won't know. I mean, I might play Ultimate Infestation. If it's turn 10, I don't have any cards I really need to draw. I'll play it, but I'm not necessarily expecting to play it. Okay. Great. Nice and easy. There's Bran. Hi, Bran. But also, here's the thing. I kind of don't want to play Ultimate Infestation on turn 10 to get it counterspelled. That's 10 mana to test for counterspell. I'd rather just never play it. Because that's effectively, it would be better for me to just only shapeshift and use my hero power and leave 8 mana on the board than get counterspelled with a 10 cost mana. So this is a big bummer if we're going to play this, because if that's not that. Okay, great. Ice Barrier, great. I should have attacked with one of these first. To test for Flame Ward. I was testing for Explosive Ruin. I should have tested. Yeah, I did misplay there. It worked out in my favor because it was just, Crazy Worship, great, give me that. Great. You just gave me an excellent turn 7. Because my only 7-drop is unplayable. And here it is. Here, speaking of my 7-drop. Oh, Brand's here, so I can play this twice. I won't. I think I'm just going to play this and just get Brand value, because I feel like my opponent at some point is probably going to want to stop me from having Brand. I'm going to guess. At some point, they need to stop me from having Brand. A taunt minion also. I would like a taunt minion closer to them finishing their quest, because that's just a thing for them to have trouble get through. They have to get through on one of their turns. So that's coming. Hey, if you want to use Polymorph there, sounds awesome to me, friends. Please use Polymorph there. And then, okay, so you are so close to completing that, so we will put this down. We can't. And we've got a 28-28 Cthulhu. It's pretty good. That's a pretty good Cthulhu. So this is either Ice Block or, like I said, you can see above me. My assumption is it's Ice Block or Counterspell. That's not good. You don't like to see that. You don't mind seeing that. And then I would love to be able to play this taunt. But I'm okay not being able to. Yeah. This Ice Block. Okay. Alright. So can our opponent pull off a okay, they're gonna have to just. And of course, I'll say this for my opponent. Very smart. Go to the face because you don't want to give me an open board space to possibly play something because you have the other Ice Block. And that way you're giving yourself another turn. I could play an Ultimate Infestation here and bring myself up. I would have 1, 2, 3. I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm bringing up myself up to 10 cards there. So I would. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to make sure that I have Cthulhu. I keep a 5/7. I'm going to do it. Also, that way, if my opponent has Counterspell, it doesn't matter. I just felt like, yeah. We added more health, so that theoretically could help us. I don't think it's going to. I'm assuming that our opponent has. Okay, no. Oh, we just win. Well, we're going to win with Cthulhu. Oh, well, we'll say thank you because they're letting us play our 30 Cthulhu. They didn't have it. They did not have the card they needed to complete the quest. They needed any card that didn't start in their deck, any spell, to complete their quest. They didn't have it. I don't feel bad about that win. I feel good about that win. All right, we're on a streak. Let's do one more. Let's try to get to rank 13. Let's see if we can pull this off. I would love to get to 13 tonight. I think that'd be fun. So we'll see if we can do it. I don't know if we can. Thanks to everybody who's watching. I know that this is not my traditional streaming thing. We haven't had a lot of people tonight, but it's been nice the folks we've had. We are a Druid. My hope is that we are facing Embiggen Druid, and they never draw Embiggen. And they never draw the cards they need to increase their mana. And they never draw. Basically, they just draw big beef cards they can't play. That's my hope. We'll see. Floop, I do not like seeing you, Floop. I guess I can Twilight Elder you. Because you do cost the same. I could coin, Twilight Elder, and then have a 4 just happen. In the next turn, I guess. Yeah, I would love to see some of my earlier cards here. So, Firefly, Zombie Chow, Kaliseth. Those would be nice to see. Don't think we're going to see them, but they would be nice. Okay, Blazing Battle Mage. All right. Hey, there's Bran. Hi, Bran. Bye, Bran. All right. Well, we wouldn't coin that next turn because then we don't have anything for turn 3. This isn't going to go great for us. I need to put things on the board, and I have to coin because I need something. I need some board presence. Because right now they can just do 6 damage to my face. So at the very least, I need to give them something they need to want to attack. You know, we're giving up the information, but whatever. We're always going to be giving up the information that we're Cthulhu deck. Because we have to play Cthulhu cards. So, but yeah, I expect to just... I don't think we're going to win this one. It's possible if we get to turn 5 and 6, we've got cards to play. But if they're just going to, like, have things and hit me in the face, I'm not going to be able to do too well. I can do that. Guess we'll just ruin our floop. 4 costs 3/4. That doesn't do anything. Well, thanks. But we got to do something. Yeah, I'm not. This is not looking good. Ray. Ooh, twin spell. We're gonna see that again next turn. Now our opponent is clearing the board, which seems foolish. I think that our opponent thinks that we have a better hand than we do, because they are trading. They should not be trading. They should be going face and rushing me down. Now the ability to play a 3/6 next turn is great. Turn 6 playing a 5/7 taunt. These are both great. I did felt the rush there was important because I did want to reduce the amount of cards that this Blessing of Agents was about to hit. And now we do take a lot of damage. But we're going to stick with it because we're not in good shape. We're not like... We're not great at all. Okay, you had Savage Roar. Okay. And you had Savage Roar. Okay. Of course you had Savage Roar. I'll say our opponent didn't need to attack our minions, but did. Also, our opponent just had I think like a very good draw for what they were trying to do. And we definitely did not have our good draw. All right, let's do one more game of Star Aligner Galakron. I would love to be able to do this combo that is not good, and we shouldn't do it. But I definitely want to try it. All right. So, we don't want this. We don't want this. Do we want Galakron just to... No, we don't want this. I think Krunks... If we were going second, maybe I would take Krunks. Again, we pulled 2 cards that I do not want, and we pulled 1 card that I do not mind having. This is a good 1-drop. Let's pull a rush card that's not the rush card I wanted. I wanted the other rush cards that we have, which would give us... let us invoke. Again, these are not cards that I want to see here. I do not want to see these cards. Let's invoke. Let's do some damage. We are most likely going to be doing our alternate win condition, which is just Galakron, which is not an alternate win condition. It shouldn't be an alternate win condition. Okay, that's good. That's a good draw. Hey, that's a good draw. Do this, and we'll do that. And we're not going to worry about that. Let's do some face damage. We've only invoked once, so this is not going to be what we want to do. So we might Rhino. We still have plenty of cards that do what we need them to do. So, okay. Opponent did play an elemental, so good on them. Okay. That's your turn. That's your turn. Dread Corsair. Again, a card we do not want to be drawing. We don't want to draw that. We don't want to draw this. Why are we drawing these cards? What are we doing here? I guess we're doing this. I guess we're gonna... let's just get rid of this turn. Again, we still have 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We have 9 cards that we would like to draw off Starliner. We also don't have Starliner. Oof. You hate to see that. You don't like to see that. All right, let's... Nope, not that one. What's this one? What's this? Okay. We've now invoked twice, which is great because that does turn on Sign of Ruin, and the combo of these is good. If our opponent makes a board, we can then rush in and feel good about that. Dire Mole. I don't want to see you, Dire Mole. I need you to be cool and not show up. Be a big jerk about it. Let's just do that. Let's just get a 3-3 in play. I mean, it's not doing anything in our hands. I can't imagine that playing this is tipping off our opponent that we are a Star Aligner deck, as that is not a thing. Be like, huh. Like, I'm sure our opponent thought Dread Corsair was a weird card in our deck, but I don't think they're thinking this is that weird, because it's actually a pretty good card with Invoke. Well, it was a pretty good card with Invoke, because you can invoke and then play it for free, or for 1. All right, so this is going to be our save our rush cards turn. I wouldn't mind playing it. First of all, as always, Acolyte Pain. It's a bad draw. But we are using our alternate win condition, which is that the Galakrond package is pretty dang strong in Warrior. That Warrior swinging at things and then being able to give itself armor is still pretty good. Of course, you don't like to see that, but, you know, it does happen. Okay. Still haven't completed your quest, which is great for me. You're getting close to it, though, fortunately. And you did complete your quest. Cool. You don't love to see that. So what are we looking for on this turn here? Awaken isn't bird, because we can do this. We'll do this. Turn you over. Again, this is a bad card to draw. I would prefer not to draw this. Now I think we are definitely giving our opponent the information that we are a weird deck, because Dire Mole just doesn't make sense in any deck that isn't Star Aligner. We don't have a lot of cards that would fulfill this, so we are right now not a Star Aligner deck. We are a Galakrond deck. We are looking for Galakrond cards, like this Galakrond card, and not that Galakrond card. I'm going to save that for a rush. Again, another card I do not want to be drawing. That is the broken record of this deck, unfortunately. We'll see. Okay. I only have to... I mean, you might have some healing in your deck, but... Hey, there's Galakrond! Remember how I said we were going to win with Galakrond? That was our alternate win condition? Let's see what we draw. Okay, we drew Star a lot. Great, great. So 1 out of 4. But also, yeah, we would just we're gonna invoke and make that and win that way. Um, I don't know if this deck is any. Look, actually, I know for a fact this deck is worse than my Rush one because at least my Rush one uh, does things that and isn't full of odd cards that don't make any sense. Uh, if we go to look at um, my Galakron Rush deck, it's like some of these aren't great Rush cards, but with the idea that they will be given plus 4 does make them better. All right, well, I'm going to leave it there. I think that's going to be it. That's going to do it for this game or for this night. Thank you everybody that was hanging out tonight. I know this wasn't the busiest and most liveliest stream I've ever done. The next stream will be tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. It's our normal Thursday night stream. I'm excited to build with y'all. We were starting a new kit, and hey, I'll tell you because I'm going to announce it at noon anyway. It's the RE100 Vignagina 2. We've built the Vignagina before. It is the Megatron-looking mobile suit that I love a lot. The Vignagina 2, I love less. It's still cool, but it's red. And hey, guess what? Red is the color of your enemy. Boom. I'm going to make that joke tomorrow because only 2 of you are watching live right now. Thanks so much for everybody who hung out. Thanks for watching. No ad at the end of this one. No anything. I'm just going to end the stream. I'll see you tomorrow for the next build stream on the Vignagina 2. Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.